the 4-year game that, you know, you've had in the queue forever, you know, what's going on with that? Or do you have something else that might be more relevant now?
My toxic trait, so to say, is that I always end up with a bunch of projects and then often having way too many of them, and then I have to cut some or put some on the back burner. But yeah, I really want to build a second example game for Netfox, slightly bigger than Forest Brawl, and preferred in a different genre, so more stuff is supported. And then I have Campfire, which is a survival game that I started building right after I have released Netfox. Basically, I built Netfox for that game. I mean, it's not exactly secret yet. I just haven't posted much about it recently, but there's a bunch of videos of it on my Twitter. And then once I'm done with that, I can start SimCorp, which was the initial idea in 2017 that put me on this whole multiplayer misery course, so to say. So yeah, maybe I can finish that by the time I'm 50.
Yeah, maybe. It's just such a common trope with, you know, the video game era or genre in general. If you're just in this realm, this is such a relatable thing that everybody's got like a million unfinished game ideas and projects. I had a question here that what are some common multiplayer pitfalls?
Right, actually there is one that I personally fell victim to in my earlier days is not testing your game under latency, specifically with one of the iterations of SimCorp. I had a bunch of mechanics in. The game was making really good progress. Like, dude, I can move around, I can shoot, I can switch weapons, I have all these things. All right, let's try it in multiplayer. And I tried it locally. It worked great. I even tried it on a different device. It worked great because it was on the local network. And then I added some latency and it absolutely fell apart. So yeah, that's important to make sure to check it with latency. Actually, nowadays I tend to test my features with simulated really bad connection. So 150 milliseconds of ping, and then potentially some jitter even, so that the data flow is not consistent. And if your game works okay at that rate, then you should be fine. Obviously, these numbers depend on your exact project, but for me, this is what I kind of want to try to support, even if not flawlessly, but still keep it playable. Not necessarily a pitfall per se, but there is one experience that I'm kind of not happy about. Is when I was trying to research multiplayer, like in general, because I was kind of incredulous to how difficult it is. Like, surely they did it with Quake 3 in 1999. How difficult could it be? And it must be a solved problem already. So I even tried looking up YouTube videos, and I was so annoyed with them, to be frank, because I saw a bunch of these video game devlogs, and pretty much they boil down to, oh, when I made multiplayer, it's really difficult, so I had to roll my own, and we boop some code later, it just works. It took a lot of time. I'm like, dude, I understand that it took a lot of time. I'm looking for the details, and I get that most of these videos are for entertainment only, but still, at least a link would have been nice, or something. So that was quite disappointing when, trying to figure out how to build something like this, or if anybody has done so already.
I feel your frustration there when you go and you look for a solution, and I end up having more questions. Yeah, which isn't a bad thing, but at least it got you kind of thinking about it, and your gears turning on it. But yeah, I've seen that. Oh, this was good. I enjoyed this talk, and I'm excited to see, Netfox a year. Let's do this again. After some time has passed, and maybe one of us will have a game